The ANC is briefing the media on the news that Russian President Vladimir Putin will not be attending the Brics summit. Let's listen in.
Amongst our leaders.
Thank you very much. It's Ziyanda Ngobo from Newsroom Africa. I'd just like the ANC to respond to what the Kremlin has just said, that Russia did not tell South Africa that arresting Putin on the ICC warrant of arrest would mean war. I mean, let's just clarify that in terms of what the president actually said in his affidavit versus what's just taken place now in terms of the breaking news.
Well, that's the position of the president. That's the position of the government of South Africa. It's not at the injunction of Russia. It's a perspective of the South African government. And I think we also restate that as the African National Congress.
Hi, good afternoon. Kailisha Kumalo here from SABC News. I know perhaps at this point you may not be very fully acquainted with the details surrounding the mutual agreement, but from your vantage point, how did it take to reach this point? Because, you go back to all the Brics summits where the heads of states, they photo op where they just get together. So how was this process to reach this moment where you're going to have the foreign affairs minister representing the head of state who's facing this warrant of arrest? Thank you.
All I can say, Kailisha, is that, of course, this is a culmination, as we understand, as the ANC, of a series of consultations between our government, DECO in the first instance, and our president in the second instance. So surely there must have been a number of considerations taken into account to come to this particular conclusion. And I think it's only safe to say that I would suggest that we also ventilate this further with the spokesperson in the office of the presidency, Mr. Magwenya. We are simply just reacting to that formal statement by government. I know that our leaders have been advised about this prior to its issuance.
My name is Amanda Khoza. I'm from the Sunday Times. I'm just a bit puzzled in the quick response and the turn in the attitude. Up until this morning, the ANC was confident, even just in the days, you were confident that the summit is taking place in South Africa. Putin has been arrested. Putin has been invited. I'm just a bit puzzled. When did you know that the agreement had been reached?
The statement has been issued by the office of the presidency. We are responding officially to that statement. Anything that the ANC has said previously, including this morning, is exactly where the ANC stood and still stands up until now. But it is important to understand that there is the governing party and then there is the South African democratic state. Consultations that are undertaken by the president in this matter are the kinds of consultations that should ordinarily happen in government. We have also been on record as saying we wish President Putin should come to South Africa. We didn't say he's coming to South Africa. We have not said that. We don't have the latitude actually to say something like that. We understood that consultation had been ongoing, but we're here now. We don't believe that there's anything that's going to threaten the summit. If anything, I think this underscores the need for us to have a very thorough engagement about the state of our geopolitical situation, the role of UN institutions, the role of the ICC itself. So there's no going back on anything on the part of the ANC. We now know that there's been a mutual agreement. We respect that, and we urge our government and actually commend President Ramaphosa for what he has done in having walked the talk in terms of engaging President Putin and other leaders of the Brics countries. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.